On one of the coldest days of the year, a powerful winter storm hits. The wind howls, ice coats the trees, and suddenly silence. In an instant, more than 700,000 people are plunged into darkness. No electricity, no heating, no way to cook a meal. Just the bone-chilling cold of a house losing its fight against the elements. And in that darkness, a simple, stinging question rises to the surface. Where's the green energy you keep talking about? The sun is hidden behind thick clouds. The wind turbines are locked to prevent damage, and the lights are off. Too many. It feels like a betrayal. This isn't about politics or sarcasm. It's a human cry for warmth, and it deserves an honest, deep dive answer. Let's be honest from the very beginning. This question is completely valid. If you are sitting in a freezing living room, you don't want to hear about carbon neutrality goals for 2035. You don't want to hear about the future of the planet. When your children are shivering in the present, energy is a survival need. When the system fails during a storm, it's not just an inconvenience, it's a threat to life. So today, we aren't going to hide behind ideology. We aren't going to blame the other side. We are going to look at why the lights actually go out and why the transition to a cleaner world feels so fragile during the moments we need it most. It's easy to look at a snow-covered solar panel and say, there's your problem. And yes, solar doesn't produce at night or during a heavy blizzard. But here is the uncomfortable truth. If this same storm hit a region powered entirely by coal or gas, would the electricity have stayed on? The painful answer is, in many cases, no. History shows us that during extreme cold, natural gas pipelines freeze. Coal piles turn into frozen blocks that can't be moved. Water intakes for nuclear plants can clog with ice. In the massive 2021 Texas blackout, the failure wasn't just wind turbines freezing. It was a systemic collapse where gas, coal, and nuclear all failed simultaneously because they weren't winterized. The issue isn't just the type of fuel, it's the resilience of the machinery. Winter storms don't just attack the source of energy, they attack the delivery. Think of it like this. You can have 1 million gallons of water, but if the pipes are burst, you're still thirsty. The real enemy during a storm isn't the solar panel, it's the transmission system. We rely on thousands of miles of exposed overhead power lines. They were designed for normal weather, not the once-in-a-century storms that now happen every 3 years. Second, centralization. Our system is built on the big hub model. One massive power plant feeds millions of people. If the connection to that hub breaks, everyone downstream is in the dark. It's a single point of failure design. Third, storage. For a century, we operated on a just-in-time basis. We generated exactly as much power as we needed at that second. We never learned how to store it on a massive scale. So, when the generation drops or a line snaps, there is no backup tank to keep the heat running. So, is the answer to just double down on coal and gas? Pause for a moment and look at the cycle. If we rely more on fossil fuels to solve today's blackout, we release more carbon. That carbon warms the atmosphere, which holds more moisture and energy, leading to, you guessed it, even more extreme and frequent winter storms. Returning to the old ways is like trying to put out a fire with gasoline. We might solve today's immediate chill, but we are effectively guaranteeing a much more violent storm tomorrow. The solution isn't to go backward, it's to fix the flaws in how we move forward. The solution is not one single thing. It's not solar alone or wind alone. The solution is a smart, integrated energy system. We need a grid that is as smart as the smartphones in our pockets, a system that is clean, reliable, and most importantly, resilient. To get there, we need to change how energy moves across the country, how neighborhoods manage their own power, and how we store electricity in our own homes. This is where HVDC comes in: high voltage direct current. Think of it as the interstate highway for electricity. Most of our grid uses AC alternating current, which loses a lot of energy over long distances. HVDC is different. It's far more efficient. It loses almost no power over hundreds of miles, and it can be buried deep underground where storms can't reach it. Imagine a storm hitting the Midwest. While it's dark and freezing there, the sun might be shining in the south or the wind might be howling in the west. With strong HVDC links, we can ship that surplus energy across the country instantly. It turns the entire continent into one giant, shared battery. But what if the main lines still fail? That's where decentralization saves lives. Enter Microgrids, instead of one giant power plant for everyone. A neighborhood or a hospital has its own local energy source like solar on roofs, combined with a large local battery. When the main grid goes down, the microgrid islands itself, it snaps off the main line and continues to run independently. This isn't science fiction. Communities in places like Vermont and California are already doing this. If the state grid fails, the local library or community center stays warm, providing a sanctuary for everyone else. Finally, there's the power in your own home. Home batteries, like the Tesla Powerwall or similar systems, are changing the game. Today, a single battery might not keep your whole house running for a month, but it can keep your heater, your fridge, and your lights on for the critical 48 hours of a storm. Technology is moving at a breakneck pace. What was an expensive luxury 5 years ago is becoming a standard safety feature. For new homes today, we are moving toward a world where every home is its own little power station. If you are without power today, or if you've lived through the fear of a freezing house, you have every right to be angry. You have every right to demand better. But know this, the engineers and researchers building the green transition are not ignoring your suffering. Every blackout teaches us where the system is weak. Every storm pushes us to build something tougher. Clean energy is not just a dream for the environment, it is a responsibility to our fellow humans. We are building a system that isn't just green, but one that is reliable, resilient, and ready for whatever the sky throws at us next. The lights will come back on, and next time, we'll make sure they stay on.